Hello everybody, how's it going? My name is Klaus, this is my house, and we are back here today with some more Witcher 3. Geralt is looking mighty dashing, and we are going to use his superior looks to our advantage as we discuss various things, I suppose, with Sienna. So let's go ahead and not find her in here, but find her in the next one. Maybe? Possibly? Hopefully. So many doors. So many stairs. Aha!
Halt!
Need to see Sienna, urgently.
In the matter of?
I just want to talk to her. Plain and simple.
Want to talk to her. It's important.
Want to talk? Go see your gran at tea time. Not one locked up on the Duchess's orders. No doing without special permission. Period.
Found some information important to her case. Need an explanation, urgently.
Ah, fine then. You're that witcher who solved the murders, no? Then you've my permission, but only for a few minutes.
Promise to be brief.
Okay. Well, apparently that wasn't that difficult. Let me go in and talk to this
The
girl.
witcher will speak with the inmate. You can take a momentary break.
As long as it's truly but a moment. Highly irregular, this.
Yeah. They let me through without a
Have you
problem.
come to see how I fare? I'm fine, thank you. Artorius' ribbon worked wonders. It's a shame they took it from me.
I know who the fifth victim was supposed to be.
Ooh.
Goodness, you're simply a compulsive snoop. I'm in prison. Deadloff is dead. Could you not just drop it?
Sienna, stop pretending you couldn't care less. I know it's an act, and it's really starting to wear.
Ooh. Geralt.
Why do you want to kill her?
For such an accomplished investigator to ask about the obvious? Come now, Geralt. Why do you think?
Yeah, I mean, we've already basically shown that the Curse of the Black Sun is like, it's fucking folklore. It doesn't mean jack shit. Because you envy her, I don't think it's anything about envy. It's definitely because she feels like she's been turned, the princess has turned her back on Sienna. And it's just been made apparent. Just this whole thing of talking with Sienna, and it just basically explains, like, she feels like her sister has just been so happy that she's been gone. And I don't think that's necessarily the case.
Because she turned her back on you, then banished all memory of you?
Bravo, Geralt. Yet another riddle solved, and your sick curiosity sated.
Oh, thanks.
Well,
My eyes
what
itching.
now? Off to share your discovery with Anna Henrietta? Oh, she's no longer in danger, true. But she very well might add a little something to your reward.
Definitely gonna tell her. Not necessarily for the coin, though.
Then why do it at all?
She ought to know. If only 'cause you'll probably try to kill her again if she ever lets you out.
Well, she knows that's true.
I probably will.
I don't want to just dismiss her. And we don't want to be like a sarcastic douchebag. That's not what Geralt does. We are the great neutral party, and we will try and sow peace among the lands.
Perhaps, just for a second, you could stop dwelling on all the wrongs folk have done you and forgive her.
Why should I?
For old time's sake. You loved each other once.
Please. I don't know who fed you that rubbish, but...
Read your governess's diary.
Mm-hmm.
You played together, were inseparable. Henriette'd get you into trouble sometimes, sure. But there were also times she stood up for you. When you had nightmares, only she could calm you. Time eats away at memories, distorts them. Sometimes we only remember the good. Sometimes only the bad.
Was she gonna punch me?
If she loved me so, why did she wash her hands off me? Forget me? Hmm?
I don't think she ever did. Yeah, you might ask her that.
Don't know. But you could just ask her instead of sending monsters after her.
There's nothing she could say to change what she did to me, to justify it.
Maybe. But there's nothing out there to justify what you did to her and all Toussaint. Yet Anna Henrietta hasn't given up on you.
That's true. She could have just killed you by now.
Ugh. You meant what you said in the Land of a Thousand Fables. You really want a happy ending to this story, don't you?
Well, that's not foreshadowing, is it?
With all of us living happily ever after. Go, Witcher, or they'll give your medal to another. And that would be a shame.
Farewell, Sienna.
Not really sure if we've impacted her thinking or not.
Commander de la Tour would like to see you. Shall we go at once?
Yep, let's do it.
Let's go. Want to see him too.
Sometime later. Oh, look at that load. Take a note, Fallout.
Damien.
Geralt, it's about time. Ready for the ceremony?
I know who it's supposed to be.
Got some important information. Anna Henrietta was supposed to be
I did tell her I would tell.
Sienna's fifth victim.
You are certain of this?
Your face is
Completely.
fucked up.
Found proof.
Inconceivable. How could she? The murders, the mayhem she brought down on the city, were they not enough? She sought to strike down her own sister, her liege. Traitor. I must alert my men. Enlarge the Duchess's honor guard. Make certain Sylvia Anna is closely watched during the questioning. I'll see to it personally. I thank you, Witcher, for alerting me, and I appreciate your attentiveness. Let's begin the ceremony. Come with me. The Duchess awaits.
Put 2 roses on a branch. Alright. Let's see how it goes. Geralt, you're looking good in them clothes.
In the guild's name, I beg your assistance, your enlightened highness. Without barrels, production will come to a stop, and it will be the end of us.
You lost them all in the fire. These are horrible tidings. Oh, we are most dreadfully saddened.
Yes, your enlightened highness all. Once the beasts had clawed their way into the warehouse, the whole place went up in flames.
I shall dispatch a palace guardsman to examine the site of the blaze. If things are, as you say, fitting compensation shall be paid from the ducal treasury.
Thank you, your enlightened highness. Your Grace, Geralt of Rivia has arrived.
My dear subjects, we come now to our next point of business. Of all the duties which fall upon my shoulders, as the ruler of this dominion, this duty is dearest to my heart. For now, we shall award the Order of Vitis Vinifera, Toussaint's highest honor.
Geralt of Rivia, slayer of the beast of Beauclair, step forth.
Man, cutting in with the music. Geralt.
We bestow the distinction upon the Witcher, who saved Beauclair from the terrible beast. Such is our desire.
That's a pretty nifty little badge we got ourselves. Did we
May
get a
the
drink of
symbol
the wine?
serve as a reminder to all that the Witcher shall forever remain a friend of Beauclair.
Oh, we don't get wine. Why does she get wine?
In more familiar terms now, I thank you immensely, Geralt. Damien has your reward for you. After all, it was but a contract.
Thank
I
you.
suppose.
I have a small surprise for you, in addition. I give you more than a dozen barrels of Son Real, a wine normally reserved for the ducal table.
Damn!
The gustatory experience of a lifetime awaits. Are you content?
Of course. Can't wait. Got bad news. No, we don't need to like ruin the we don't need to ruin the vibe. And I don't want to say I can't wait to get out of here. So we are truly honored.
Feels like a second distinction. I'm honored. Thank you.
I trust you shall make good use of it.
Hopefully. I suppose this last little bit is what we've been waiting for. All things come in threes, no?
I shall speak to Siana. Will you assist me?
Of course.
You returned my sister to me, yet you also showed me her horrendous deeds. As head of state, I must judge her fairly, but she is my sister. Thus my heart bleeds for her.
If my presence will help in any manner, of course I'll stay.
We shall now question a person implicated in the murders which recently ravaged our fair city of Beauclair. Captain de la Tour, show Sylvia Anna in.
It's kind of interesting how in Toussaint they shorten their names. So she's like Anarietta instead of Anna Henrietta, and the other girl is Siana instead of Sylvia Anna. A lot of Annas in there, or Annas, I guess. Oop, she's breathing hard. This probably isn't easy. Shit.
The Witcher will take part in our talk.
Of course. I'm free to do as I choose.
I'm not a prisoner. Free to do as I choose.
You have committed crimes. Grave crimes. Yet you are my sister. And my heart does not allow me to treat you as a common criminal. Thus I have asked Geralt to advise me, as one impartial.
That is who I am.
I shall now hear what he has to say.
I think the first one muddies up the waters a little too much. Fine. Yeah, she's guilty.
Your Grace, Siana's guilt is clear. None have cause to doubt it. But before you decide, you should hear her out. The right to a defense is hers, as it applies to all who stand accused.
What is he talking about, Siana?
You know exactly what. I was forcibly exiled, remember? To your benefit. You knew well the throne would then be yours, though I was the elder. The ministers I can understand. They'd hated me since I was a child, thought me a poor prospect for the wife of a duke. I even understand our parents. I'd always sensed the problem. They simply feared me, for I dared to be free. That fabricated curse, it fell into their laps. A gift from above that brought relief. But you... your dagger hurt most. You were my Henrietta, dammit. My darling little sister. Now do you understand, Witcher? She betrayed me.
I don't think there's any cause to dilly-dally.
You were children then. You and your sister both had no control over what happened.
You're wrong, Witcher. She had control. Remember, dear sister, the day they banished me from the palace? Of course, I'd had the idea to pelt the Nilfgaardian envoy with fish bladders, which we filled with rancid suet on a lark, and which you set afire at the last to impress me, I imagine. And I admit, you did. Hit him right in his hideous bald patch. Never laughed so hard in my life. But when it came time to find the culprit, you said not a word. I took all the blame and all the punishment.
It's true. I did not stand up for you. I was too afraid.
The council was unanimous. They listed all my offenses. My flights from the palace, supposed acts of cruelty, inappropriate friendships. They cast me out, but you, the only one to understand me, you cowered in a corner, lifted not a finger to help. Not before, not after. You never tried to find me.
That's not true. I searched for you. Sent out knights, gathered tidings from without. You did not wish to be found. Since the day you vanished, I have lived with the knowledge that I failed you. I'm sorry, dear sister. Can you forgive me?
So what happens to her? I mean, she's obviously got to answer for her crimes. You just go through that and you throw her in prison? Not sure how that goes. Not sure at all.
All in all, best part of the whole ceremony?
What did you say?
It was short.
Perhaps for you, as you ducked out early. The others are probably just getting started. The drunkenness never ends in this quaint realm.
Not so fond of Toussaint after all, are we?
Oh, this place is like a strong wine, Geralt. Good in small sips. How do you find my personal brew? Not too strong?
Just right.
Credit the local mandrake of the Alrauna diavolus variety for that. The tubers which grow in this area's volcanic soil have an altogether unique flavor profile and display a remarkably uncommon dark brown tint.
Fascinating. All I can say is this batch turned out excellent.
Indeed.
Got away with words,
It
man.
might be wise to stockpile some roots for the future. Would you care to accompany me?
For sure.
If you think it's a good idea, let's go. But I think you might be forgetting one thing. Fresh mandrake root of this variety is highly toxic, even to a witcher.
Ah, not a problem. I never forget matters of safety and hygiene in alchemy. Here, gloves and a mask. Don them, and you shall be in no danger.
Thanks. Right then, let's go.
All right.
This moonlight
Optional?
makes me,
Optional. Put them on. Should probably just put them on. Ooh, can I wear this? Ooh, I can. Cool. So, didn't take that away. That's interesting. Very, very interesting. Okay, so where's my gloves? There we go. And then my kippity cap. Cappy. Oh, can I wear this? No, I cannot. Okay, that's fine. And then we'll put that on. Oh. How about we put you in there then? All right. That seems great. Oops, gotta get out of here.
so dreamy.
All right. And then mask.
Penny for your thoughts. Let me guess. Succubus twins?
Oh,
No, I was thinking about...
interesting.
Oh, how anything can look interesting when properly lit.
Even an old necrophage corpse?
You've not an ounce of refinement in you, have you?
No, not really. I got the gloves and the mask on, right? Yeah. Okay. Kind of weird how it's on the pocket. Suppose there's other stuff before. Oh, I will loot that body full of riches. How does it just have fucking gold on it? Every ancient artist. So Regis is doing that stuff. So collect some mandrake roots. Ah, here we go. Pick the mandrake root. Pick mandrake root. Alright, and let's go ahead and talk with Mr. Regis.
Now, where'd that bloodsucker go?
Motherfucker.
Won't be easy to track down. He's a vampire, after all. Damn it, where'd you go? Regis!
Oh, well, at least we can track him through the water. Oh.
Damn it, where'd you go?
I did what I had to do!
Those Bruxay, they called you a traitor.
Alas, we've a very simple code of honor, we vampires. So simple you might call it trivial. Either one is with us, unconditionally, regardless of the circumstances, or
Won't let it go, will they?
they will not. Fortunately, we've another rule, an unwritten one, and just as trivial as the first. It is neatly summarized in the saying, out of sight, out of mind. That is why I must leave Toussaint. For a vastly long time, most like.
Yeah, I get it.
Let us make for my camp. I've an overwhelming desire to have another drink.
Yeah, that cannot be good. So we're just gonna keep sitting here drinking, and the vampires are trying to kill you?
Supreme bouquet. Firm, defined beginning, then develops gently, rising to a startling finish. Don't you think?
Girl
Not
just
much
knows
of a
it's good.
connoisseur.
Then it is high time you started your education. After all, the Corvo Bianco vineyard is now yours. By the way, I left a gift for you at your new home. On the nightstand.
Thanks. Mind telling me what it is?
A trifle. That will nonetheless be useful should you need mutagens. Incidentally, have you thought about what you'll do with your prize? Shall you hang your swords over the mantle and take to pruning vines?
I don't think so. That's not who I am or what I am. I'm not one to rest idle. I am one to free the earth of these monsters.
No,
The mean ones.
just not the life for me. Sure, might stop by there occasionally, stay the winter, fill up on wine. But I'd rather keep moving. It's not a choice being a witcher. And once you are one, you're one for life. You can't just step off the path. Besides, plenty of work left for me in the world. Ghouls aren't gonna kill themselves.
Rather droll, isn't it, that each time we meet, something harrowing must happen?
I suppose.
I can remember a night, not too far from here if I'm not mistaken. We hid in a cave while a blizzard raged all about. Does that sound at all familiar?
How could it not? We just set off to rescue Ciri from Vilgefortz.
Oh, our encounter with Vilgefortz. That is something I do not remember so fondly. But that first stay in Beauclair, far calmer than this one.
Seemed like a land straight out of a fairy tale back then. Its sole problem, cellars too small to accommodate all that wine.
Appearances, Geralt. Appearances, like Mamoons and Dopplers, deceive. So what did become of Vilgefortz?
I'm not
Killed
sure.
him. Sure wasn't easy, though.
Yeah, where are you gonna go?
What about you? Any idea where you'll go?
Distance is of the essence.
I thought I might venture south.
Nilfgaard?
Why ever not? The Nilfgaardians are a modern society. None there believe in vampires anymore. This fact alone could be very useful to one wishing to remain incognito.
Interesting point of view.
Let's sit a while longer, I suppose.
I so don't feel like going anywhere. Sit here a while longer?
So we shall, my friend. We have witnessed, and in fact on several occasions incited, many great and weighty events. After all that toil, I believe we deserve a bit of a rest.
Very true.
That we do.
Oh! How's it going, girl? Looking right at me like that. All right, everybody, man. So that was it. We still haven't even experienced all that there is to experience. But even then, we have done so much, come such a long way, and all I gotta say is, I can't believe I didn't discover this series earlier in my life. Honestly, if you are looking for a strongly driven RPG, a strongly story-driven RPG, I would say by all means you have to play the Witcher series. I understand the first Witcher game, it's quite old, it's a little clunky, but the story is very good and actually makes a whole hell of a lot of sense knowing some of that information later in the game. In fact, like, I didn't know the whole Yennefer Triss story, but after playing the first game, things really started to make a whole lot more sense to me, and I didn't really realize that, you know, Geralt kind of wasn't sure about Yen for a while. And there's a whole plethora of stuff from the second game, which I'm sure would be referenced throughout this as well, which I'm just unaware of. So that being said, I do really want to play that second game. It also has a save importer to this one. I think I was mentioning maybe replaying The Witcher 3 in a New Game Plus or something like that. I'm not really 100% sure yet. I definitely would like to play the second game, though, just because I think it's going to tie up some loose ends in my mind, and I would just really like to give it a go. This is just one of those series where I'm almost sad to see the story end. And I don't think they're going to make any more Witcher games, at least that have Geralt at the helm. So we'll see how things end up in the long term. But for now, guys, we are going to have to call it a series. I hope that you have enjoyed this episode and the whole thing entirely. If you've watched all of them, God bless your soul. You've gone on this journey with me, and it was a hell of a journey. Literally, this was the first game that I started my channel with, so it's kind of interesting to see things come full circle. I've spent literally a year and a half playing this game, and I don't regret it one bit. So again, just as a recommendation, if you guys are into this type of game, RPGs in general, and you want something that's really story driven, you gotta do it. Do yourself a favor. Anyways, like I was saying before, hope you guys and girls had a great day, a great night, whatever it is to you, and I will see you back here next time for some more House of Klaus.